If you are new to our channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.
Welcome to the Wisconsin Vegetable Gardener. I'm Holly Baird. I'm making a terrarium. If you don't know what a terrarium is, it's an enclosed ecosystem that you can make in a glass jar, any glass vessel. They can be pretty simple, they can be more advanced, but I'm making this for fun. I've had this, I think this is called an apothecary jar. I've had this for quite some time, so I've been wanting to make a terrarium, so I'm finally doing it. You want the first layer of your terrarium to be some sort of drainage. So rocks are great drainage, and we have some nice ones here from our land up north. And so I just put them on the bottom and kind of just did a loose layer of rocks. Okay, and the next layer is sand. You can use other things. I got a book from the library, and rocks and sand were the two layers suggested. You can get colored sand if you want. This is just sand that we essentially borrowed from Lake Michigan. So I'm going to disperse it in here. It doesn't have to be perfect. You can have some rocks sticking out, that's okay. It's just the main thing is that, like, if you have a potted plant, you usually have drainage. This has no drainage, so the rocks and the sand help when the water comes through. Then it helps kind of keep it from having problems, essentially. The next layer is moss, and I got this from my local garden center. I've seen this at craft stores. This will help create a little bit more drainage as well. I'm just going to do a very thin layer. This is not plastic moss, it's preserved moss. And I'm just pressing it down. Our next layer is soil. So we have some, you want to make sure your soil is not dry. You want to make sure that it's nice and moistened. So you just put that on there. Let me spread this around. Okay, so I had to get a little bit more soil, and I had to moisten it because our seed starting soil is a little bit dry. Not because of it, it's just because it's dry in here. So I got that in there, and then I'm going to, I don't want to pat it down too much, but I do want to disperse it around as much as possible. There we go. Yeah. So if you decide to make one of these, you want to find, there's different plant recommendations in the book. This is, it's a Tradescantia. And this was another one. It's called a Palea. And this one is a Hyaworthia. And so there was different plant recommendations, and that was kind of handy in the book. So I'm just gonna check something out here. I also got some decor for it because I wanted kind of like a fairy garden theme. So I'm just gonna take a look and see if this will fit. It looks like it'll fit, so that's good. Okay. So let's plant these. I think I'm just going to do like 1, 2, 3. And when you do this, you want to make sure your plants are well watered. I've watered them today and last night, so they'll be good to go. And you can prune your plants in here as well. This one's pokey. It's a type of succulent, so it should do okay. Okay, so that's in there. Let's see here. And then I have some moss, which I'm going to put around, and I have my arch here. I think I can just put the arch right in the middle. That looks good. Yeah. And then I have an outside garden, so that's probably where I'll put my little lamp post. But I found all these decorations at a craft store, and I got some little signs. So I think I'm going to use the one that says "Caution, fairies live here," because that's cute. If you don't know, a terrarium is it's like a self-sustaining ecosystem, and so what it does is it will water and kind of rain and condensate and water itself and keep itself alive. So that's what a terrarium is. I have some other moss, this decorative moss. This is also preserved moss. It's just a little bit different, and I'm going to use this as a ground cover. So you kind of have to be careful as you do this. And work around the plants. I got the moss here. I just noticed one spot that could use a little bit more moss, and I got this moss specifically at a craft store as opposed to a garden center, but you can shop around. You might be able to find different things in different places. And then this how do you say it? I think it's called Polea. It's typical in like fairy gardens, so I'm going to put my little fairy garden sign right here. Oh. There we go. And that's pretty much it. I have a lid for it, and it will have its own little ecosystem. And if it does get too condensated, you can vent the lid a little bit to kind of let it dry out if it starts to rain too much, but it's self-sustaining, and that's what it is. So a terrarium.